equity and how to get more of it. Hey, it's Brittany Pino with Brittany Pino and Associates at RE/MAX First. In this video, I'm going to bore you a little bit about the 15 versus 30-year mortgage, but I feel like it's something that people just don't talk about enough. It's like an automatic, they just jump to the 30-year and go about their way. I swear by a 15-year mortgage. It's a way certainly for you to walk away with tens of thousands of dollars more the day of closing versus on a 30-year mortgage. So I've used a round number here, $250,000. If someone financed $250,000, this would apply. It's a 30-year versus a 15-year mortgage. Hang with me. I will try to break this down and make it so simple. I've studied these amortization tables. I myself do the 15-year mortgage. I swear by it. So if you just bear with me for a second, I can show you how to put lots more money in your pocket. So average time somebody stays in their house is 5 to 7 years. So, sometimes and oftentimes there are circumstances where people call me and they need to sell their house, and maybe it was only 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, and they need to sell. Well, unfortunately for the folks who financed over 30 years, perhaps they did 100% financing, the payoff amount 2-3 years in is very close to what they originally financed. And so there's not a lot of money there left over to pay real estate commission, to hire your professional to do those things for you, and also for negotiating. You really don't have a lot of flexibility. And then if you have to get competitive with your pricing, if the market's changed any, and maybe your neighbors have more equity and are dropping their prices, then it really can put you in a bind. So I strongly urge people to look at a 15-year mortgage, and here is why. So 3 years in, you finance $250,000 over 30 years. Your payoff 3 years in is $236,224. So from 250 to 236, it's a little bit of money. 3 years in, if you finance that same amount over a 15-year term, the third year, your payoff is $209,568. A lot more room there to play with. So, going down the chart, 5 years in, the 30-year mortgage, $226,082 is your payoff. 5 years in, $180,000 if you financed on a 15-year. That's tremendous difference. 7 years in, you borrowed $250,000, you financed it over 30 years. On the 7th year, you still owe $215,098. The 7th year in on a 15-year mortgage, $148,890. And then let's say you stayed till 10 years. 10th year on a 30-year mortgage is $196,892, and that is your payoff, $196,892 on a 30-year. On the 15-year, you owe $97,701. That is almost $100,000 difference. So you sit at the closing table and you can be sitting right next to the guy who's selling his house. Same circumstances, except he did a 30-year and you did 15. You're going to walk away with $100,000 more. That's insane. Imagine you can take that money and put it down on another house. It affords you to buy more. That's how you can move up in a much shorter period of time. You make a lot more progress. And I think it's just tremendous for families who are growing and need more space and, keeping up with the market and the appreciation of home values and things like that. So speaking of appreciation, let's do just a little hypothetical scenario situation. So maybe the house was $250,000 when you purchased and you did 100% financing. You stay for 10 years. 10 years in, let's just hypothetically say that now your house is worth $285,000. If your house is worth $285,000, you get an offer and your sale price is $285,000 and you finance over 30 years, you're going to walk away with about $88,000. Now that doesn't include your real estate commissions and all that coming out of it, but you have about $88,000 of difference between your sale price and your payoff. The same scenario, $285,000, sale price 10 years in, but you did a 15-year mortgage, the amount of money that you have from your sale price to your payoff, you ready, is $187,000. That's almost $200,000. Imagine what you could do with that. And again, just going back to the third year, from 250 to 209 or from 250 to 236, It's a tremendous difference. You make a lot more progress on a 15-year mortgage. You're paying it down much faster. Of course, on a 30-year, your first 15 years, it's like renting. If you look at the breakdown on your statement, you're certainly paying much more interest up front for the first half, life of that loan, and you're not making a lot of progress. So if you need resources, if you already own a home, maybe it's time, or you're in a position where you could refinance and start making more progress, paying that, getting that principal down. I have definitely resources for you if you need that. Just feel free to call, text, email, and I'll be happy to help you with that. And of course, anytime you can visit my website at brittanypino.com.